Good morning. This is Pastor Doug. Thank you for your prayers for Beth and I as we've been helping her mom transition to independent living down in South Carolina. And thank you for bearing with me as I preached via YouTube last week on the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6. God has treated us with grace and mercy, and we are called to treat others, not just our friends, even our enemies, with the same kind of grace and mercy that God has extended to us. Sounds good, but really hard to put into practice. These words that Jesus brings are not just so that we would hear them and discuss them, but they actually would be lived out in our lives. And this challenges us in our world that says, you do something for me that's good, and I'll do something good for you. Or I may initiate something good for you, but I'm expecting and hoping that you'll do something good in exchange back to me. Conversely, if you do something that's hurtful to me, then the tendency is I'm going to do something that's hurtful back to you. And contrary to all of that, Jesus says, no, we are to love our enemies. We are to do good to others. We are to treat others as we would like to be treated. But even going further than that, considering how God has been merciful to us. God is merciful to all, to the just and the unjust. And he calls us to extend that same kind of grace and mercy to others. How can I do that with people that maybe have hurt me, or are people that I feel like are against me, or people that don't return any of the goodness that I extend to them? How can I continue to give that? Well, it's only as I consider God's grace and mercy towards me, that he's been so gracious and continues to be day by day by day. As we consider the love of God, how Jesus has extended himself to us, even to the point of death on a cross for our sin, not his sin, our sin, as he gives forgiveness and grace and life to us. As I grasp that opens up the way for me to extend grace and mercy to others. Jesus said some really controversial things that really challenged the way that we would normally do life. But we can count on the fact that God rewards us for our obedience. God enables us to stand in our lives, not to be crushed by the storms around us, even as we put these things into practice. This week, as we look at Luke chapter 7, we see that John the Baptist, he had some questions about Jesus. And he sent, as he was sitting in prison, he sent word to Jesus to say, are you the one who is to come, or are we to expect somebody else? You're not matching my expectations, John is saying. So are you really the one that God has sent? We're going to look at some of the questions that we have. Now, God doesn't necessarily seem to meet our expectations. And how do we have a true and an accurate portrayal of God and the kingdom that Jesus has opened to us? Stay warm. We look forward to see you on Sunday on person or checking in online. Have a great week.